being formally interviewed now.
Yes. I've chosen you as my career prep interviewee.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, just give me your name and job title, your current position you're holding right now, if you can.
Right. My name is Richard Wood.
Okay.
So my job position is associate partner. I work for a property consultancy.
Right.
And my role is, I've got several hats that I wear. So I'm a business leader. So part of my accountability and responsibility is to help run the business.
Right.
So I run various different client accounts, and I'm trying to sort of talk in a language that you'll understand, because what I do is very kind of technical. And what the business does is it provides building consultancy services to major clients. Okay.
Could you give me like an example of like what kind of clients have you done?
So I work with, my clients are at the moment, my major client is Ford Motor Company.
Okay.
I also do work with American Express.
Oh, big company.
Goldman Sachs, Lloyd's, TSB. Okay, so these are all my clients. These are all major organisations.
What kind of like projects have you been doing or you done that you feel like you achieved something that's great? You know, like you're proud of that achievement. I
set up the brand new bank HQ in London for TSB.
Ooh.
Okay, that was one of my projects. This was really, really quite important because the client used to be Lloyd's Bank, and they were called Lloyd's TSB, yeah.
But they changed, right? Or
there was the government told them they were too big, yeah, because you've got various things that happen in the financial industry. You've got the Monopolies Act, which means that when an organisation gets too big, they have a monopoly, and they're not allowed to have that.
Oh, I see.
So there was a government directive saying, right, Lloyd's TSB, you're too big. You need to separate. So they had to split. So what happened was the client came to me and said, or came to an organisation and said, right, we need to set up TSB Bank, which means what we need to do is about 230 branches and various offices, etc., etc. We need to separate that from Lloyd's. They need to be a complete own entity, and we're going to need to form a new bank. So this bank TSB had to have a brand new identity. So effectively, they're coming to me and saying, right, Richard, we want you to find a suitable building for us to have our headquarters, and then pull together a team and work with architects to design what our brand is going to look like. It's more than just construction. It's more than just saying, okay, we'll get this office and we'll fit it out, and then there you go, there's a bank there for 300 people. Yeah, it's about helping the client to design their own corporate image, their own corporate identity, effectively, help them to set up and operate their business.
How did you get that position in the first place? Like, you had to start from somewhere, right? So how did you make your way up?
I left school. I went to college and did an HND in building studies, because I decided I wanted to be involved in buildings. I liked buildings. I liked property, and I wanted to be involved in that.
Yeah.
And then I spent 3 years at college in Redhill, funny enough, same as you.
Yeah.
Came out of that with my HND in building studies.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to start working. I don't want to go straight to uni. I want to start working. So I found a job working for a large corporate company.
Yeah.
As a trainee building surveyor.
Okay. What was your duties or responsibilities in that job?
So my duties were it was a corporate company, big insurance company. Right. They're now called Aviva, but they were called something different back then.
Oh, okay.
To do various things, I had to carry out building surveys of all the offices that the company occupied.
Right.
Had to run refurbishment works. More importantly, any business change project. So if for example, part of the business wanted to expand, or they wanted to change location, or they needed a new office, they needed to carry out a refurbishment, that's something that would come to me, and then I'll be the building surveyor who would go along, carry out a survey, see what's needed, and then put together a specification, scope of works, put it out to tender to contractors, get the best prices back, and then manage it as a project.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got like a management skills of doing different type of projects and events or something like that, right?
Yeah, that's it. So I was very lucky because I had very early on, when I was just I was 19 years old when I started there. They gave me some really major projects.
Yeah.
Did that for a year, and then I thought, do you know what? I want to do a degree as well. So I spoke to my company and said, look, I want to do building surveying, but I want to continue working. So I want to do a part-time degree.
Yeah. Did they allow that? Did the company?
Yeah, they allowed it. And they said to me, because it was a day release course, so 1 day a week, for 5 years, really long course.
And what other qualifications did you get along the way?
So that was my formal qualification. So that got me a BSc honours degree in building surveying.
Okay, cool. So working your way up, but you started off really young, I guess, for when you were working.
Started off really young. So when I was doing my final year at uni, right, because it was a 5-year course, I was 24 years old, 25 years old, something like that.
Same age about like me now. Yeah, same age.
Yeah. And I was at the same time I was running one £8 million project, running another £2.5 million project, and a £1.2 million project. So I had 3 major projects on the go at the same time as doing my final year.
Oh my god! How do you like manage your time, and how do you manage your stress? I mean, these projects are really big, so it's going to be like a lot of pressure and everything on you, right?
You have to learn how to prioritise your time, and you have to realise that you can't do everything. Yeah, but you don't always need to do everything. So you need to learn how to delegate tasks to other people. And that doesn't mean giving all the rubbish to someone. That means using other people's time effectively as well as your own time.
Okay.
Because with the best will in the world, I mean, even now, with my own job, I have so many responsibilities, but I can't do all of them.
Yeah.
So you have to learn how to prioritise what's critical, what's important, what's less important.
So like another question, like what inspired you to like choose this career path of yours?
Because I was always interested in buildings and property.
Yeah.
And that kind of what I set out to do at the beginning and what I'm doing now are 2 completely different things. All right. Just completely different, because you can only take buildings to a certain level.
Yeah.
Right? And then once you reach that level, most of my time now is spent managing other people.
So it's similar to HR, would you say? Like human resources?
Not really. No, it's more about managing their output. So not necessarily managing their objectives. I've got other people that do that for me.
Okay.
I mean, I have done that. I've had, probably over the years, I've probably had about more than 150 people working for me. So I would separate what I do now into 3 things, right? So I give client account management. I do financial. And let's just say, what can we say, project managing project delivery. So client account management, that is about making sure that we are giving the client exactly what we've signed up to do contractually, and also how to develop the account. So,
what's your salary, if you can say what your salary is?
I'd say at the moment it's 90,000 a year.
Okay, so only a few more questions because I know that it's taking a long time actually. So,
That's right.
so how do you actually balance your family time, your free time with work time? How do you balance
that? Good question. I think,
Sorry.
I think I do it quite well. Because what I do is I make my job work for myself.
Okay.
So although I'm supposed to be there 9 till 5:30 every day. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do that. Because what I do is I work on the basis of what does my job ask me to do. Yeah. It asks me to bring in £1 million of fees, bring in the right profit, keep my client happy, make sure that I'm developing business, make sure that I've got a happy and motivated workforce. I think as long as I'm doing that, I'm doing my job. Okay, so I build in a certain amount of flexibility into my own day. Like today, I'm working from home.
Okay.
So rather than being in the office, because I would have already set up exactly what I want to achieve out of today.
Okay.
So then I kind of prioritise and balance what I need to do in my own personal life.
Okay.
And my priorities are changing. So I mean, me, I'm really keen on photography, and I've wanted to do my own photography business for a while.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it, but not on a big scale. But I've decided next year I'm going to do something completely different. I don't want to carry on. I don't want to carry on working for a very corporate organisation who are just focused on profit. I want to do something that's where I feel like I'm getting something more out of it myself.
So
I've got several things that I'm kind of planning on at the moment. So I've got a few businesses that I'm trying out.
Okay.
And if you set your mentality up right, if you set yourself up right, you will be successful. There's no doubt about that. You will be what you tell yourself you're going to be. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you tell yourself you're going to be successful, you'll be successful.
How would you measure your success? What is success to you?
So you've got two things. One is being rich. One is being wealthy. Right. Being rich is not really that aspirational because you can make money.
Yeah.
But what does it get you? Okay, if you get money, you can buy material things. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they don't really make you happy. Yeah. They will do for a short time. You'll get a buzz. Like if you go out and buy a new handbag, it'd be woo.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then after 3 months, it's like, and then, but it's so being rich doesn't actually do that much. Being wealthy is when you're buying your freedom. So you're making enough money that you're buying your time, and suddenly you're in control of your own time, your own destiny.
Yeah.
And you can pretty much do what you want. Yeah, that's being wealthy. That's suddenly you've got you've generated enough about yourself.
Yeah.
But you can be in control of your own destiny. You can control your own time.